Here's some ideas people come up with during war. It's 1965 and there's a battle between India and Pakistan. The Pakistani army have captured the Indian town of Camel and is looking to capture more. With the forced retreat of the Indian army, the commanding officer has an unusual idea. Alright guys, here's the plan. We form a defensive position in the shape of a horseshoe with the town as the focal point. Next, we flood the fields surrounding the town with water. And once we lure the enemy into town, we strike. Few soldiers were like, this might actually work. While the other soldiers were like, well, we're dead. After all, they only have 90 light to medium tanks and 45 battle tanks, yet the Pakistanis have 220 battle tanks and 44 light tanks. In spite of all that, the plan is a go. At night, the Indians turned the town into an invisible swamp. The next morning, the Pakistani army was lured into the trap. What happened next was one of the largest tank battles ever. In the end, India won the battle, Pakistan lost over 100 of the tanks, and India only 10. There's a Viking named Hewsev, so there he was, pillaging town after town until his sights were on Rome. To do that, Hewsev devised a plan for entry. Help! My friend is dying. He wishes to convert to Christianity. Okay. Once inside, Hewsev and his men successfully looted and pillaged the town. But it turns out Hewsev made a small mistake. Hewsev? This isn't Rome, this is Luna. It is? The year is World War II and Japan invaded China. We need help, said China. Here's some explosives, said the United States. But there's a problem. How can we smuggle bombs without Japan finding out? Let's turn the explosives into flour. The result is a product that was easy to smuggle and easy to bake. They even made muffins out of it. Though there's one instance where someone almost died. You know those muffins are explosive, right? It's Miwal Kingdom versus Mughal Empire. Mughals has a big army with elephants. The Miwal Kingdom has horses. Being outnumbered 4-1, the Miwal Kingdom has an idea. Men, we dress our horses as elephants. If we make them appear as baby elephants, the elephants won't attack them. With this plan, they rode to battle. But the elephants are smarter than they thought. That's a weird looking baby. And so the Miwal Kingdom eventually lost and retreated. Cao Cao is a Chinese warlord fighting against his rival Lu Bu. Lu Bu gathered 10,000 troops to attack Cao Cao. With a much smaller army, Cao Cao has a plan. All of you guys, get food. The rest, stay here. When Lu Bu showed up, only a few soldiers and women stood guard. Lu Bu was like, this must be a trap. So he left. The next day, Lu Bu came back, and by then Cao Cao had bought just enough time for his soldiers to return, and successfully ambushed him. The year is 139-8, and there's a battle between Timur's army against this guy's army with a really long name. This guy's army has elephants. Timur's army, on the other hand, has camels. Surely long name guy's army is gonna win. But wait, said Timur, I have an idea. So he ordered his men to dig a trench in front of their positions, then loaded his camels as much wood and hay as they can carry. Then he set the hay on fire, forcing the camels to charge at the elephants. You see that? It's probably nothing. I'm sure the elephants won't mind it. The elephants stampeded back towards their own lines, securing an easy victory for Timur. The Persian Empire and the Egyptians are at war. According to legend, Cambyses wanted to capture a city called Pelusium. After careful planning and thoughtful initiation, it's time to showcase his idea. Guys, weird pitch, let's dress up as cats. I told you this guy's weird. Hear me out. The Egyptians worship a goddess named Bastet. So we decorate our armor with cats. And if that doesn't work, we use actual cats in the front lines. Turns out the plan worked. The Egyptians did not shoot their arrows in fear of hurting the animals. And so Pelusium was stormed successfully. The year is 623 and the Tuyu Han kingdom is invading the Tang dynasty. As the Tang army was almost overwhelmed by enemy arrows, General Chai Shao has an idea. Send 2 girls to a hill near the enemy camp and dance erotically. The soldiers lost, and not just by temptation. Chai Shao and his men were waiting on the sidelines to attack, forcing them to retreat. The Allied forces in World War II had a genius idea to make the war a little bit easier. The solution? Drop matchbooks on enemy lines, with instructions on how to fake an illness. Take 1 teaspoon of potassium iodine and smoke 30 cigarettes per day. To the Germans, this is the get-out-of-jail-free card they've been hoping for. But sooner or later, authority catches up on them. Is he sick? No, but there's a tumor in his lung. With loyalty out the window, the German army decided to send sick troops out into the war. This caused illnesses to spread among the German soldiers and eventually weakened the army. Well, that's all for today. Thank you all for 2,000 subs and sticking around to watch my videos. Oh yeah, they watch YouTube Shorts.